What's up everybody, this is Limitz bringing you guys another high-level Halo Wars video. This game is going to be against the Game Changers, also known as GC, and I'm playing with Elysium and Praxithea, and I'm re-uploading this video with actual commentary since it was requested by a lot of people. I just want to say it's a little difficult for me to commentate this game simply because I feel like there wasn't much action on my point of view. However, I'm going to go ahead and give this a legitimate shot here at trying to commentate it. And I just want to take this time to make an announcement that Zero Subset has moved his channel, so it's going to be Zero Sub Gaming, and I'll have a link to his channel in the description below. So anyways, this is an Anders Arby Brute mirror, and we do have a little bit of an advantage simply because our Anders is located in front of the reactor and theirs is not. And I'm going to play this game a little bit conservative, which could be the reason why everything's going to be so dull and boring on my part. I'm going Temple second as the Brute Chieftain, and I'm going to collect the first crate of supplies in front of my base. What this is going to do is allow me to get a turret up in that front corner so I'm not spawn locked by any warthogs. This is one of the maps where I feel like the Brute gets spawn locked a lot on, simply because you can spawn lock and run back to the heal pretty easily. So I am getting a turret up just so I can port in my Brutes with ease wherever I want. And my chopper, I didn't really do a whole lot with my chopper early game. I probably should have been a little bit more on par with collecting crates with my chopper. And I'm going to plan on hitting the Anders. So when I'm here in the middle, I see that there are quite a few warthogs. What I'm going to be doing is flaring up by Elysium's base. That means, you know, they're coming to hit him. I'm letting him know. I see that he is getting his reactor, so we're fine in that aspect. And Praxithea is going to take this time to just rage run straight over to help Elysium out. And as you can see, Elysium's doing a great job of hiding his warthogs behind the back of his base, so Yellow can't kill his warthogs before he gets gunner. And this really confused me. GC kind of guessed exactly where my Brute was going to be going, so their Arbiter was already balls deep behind the Anders base. And this was a judgmental call for me to not port in my Brutes at all and just kind of start walking around the map. And the judgment was pretty good, and I think good judgment comes from good experience, and you get good experience through bad judgment. So if that tells you guys anything, basically I've ported in the past and it's been non-efficient, so I was kind of just making the judgment to not port in this time because of what I've learned in the past. And another thing that's really great about not porting your Brutes through in this situation is that they don't know if I'm building Brutes at all. They don't know if I'm going straight into air, and quite honestly, they can't really do anything about what I'm doing because that Arbiter can't leave to my base because I could have Brutes, and they can't really come to my base anyways with the warthogs because I have the turret. It would take their Brute and warthogs, but that would free up Elysium. So basically, by me not porting through, it keeps the Arbiter on defense and them uncertain to what I'm actually going to be doing this game. And so normally if a Brute is walking around for a long time like this, you should expect one of two things. Obviously I'm either going to have like a stacked pile of Brutes, probably about 5, 6, 7, or 8 at this point if I just continuously built them on a keep. Or you can go straight into the double summits, which I choose to do this game, and I'll have about 2 or 3 Brute squads with Banshees, and I'll have the air lead instantly. However, this Arbiter could be saving up for money and getting air himself, but it doesn't look like he's going to be doing that this game. So there is a little bit of a miscommunication right here in the game. What happens is we see that the Arbiter, our Arbiter, Praxithea, was getting locked by their Anders player, and we told Elysium to go over and kill his Warthogs with our Warthogs because Elysium had Grenadier and was teching Goss right there. But instead, Elysium thought he could push up with my Brute Chieftain and hit their Brute, and he got his hogs caught because he didn't see that the Arbiter was following my Brute Chieftain. And that was because on the mini-map, the Arbiter little icon was kind of, I guess, hiding underneath my Brute icon. So, just a little bit of a mistake by Elysium, and got his hogs caught, but we did rebound pretty well. And right here I have quite a few Brute squads, about 3 of them it looks like, and I am porting in a double pump of Banshees very slowly, and since Velocity put so much into his rush, which is kind of like what I chose not to do, he stayed on a keep longer, and that's the reason why he didn't get his summits up, was because by the time he did get Citadel on his summits, I was finally able to get the Arbiter to go somewhere else and port in my units. So their Anders, I'm not very legit, comes back to play defense with his Warthogs, and it looks like he has Grenadier, and Elysium has Goss, but Elysium is outnumbered right now, about 3 to 1 in the Warthog ratio. But with my Brute Chieftain, Banshees, and Brutes, it's not ideal in his situation to fight us. So he's going to run off, and Praxithea at this point is actually going to take this time to come up on offense with us. So what we're going to be doing here is basically just stripping down the economy of this Brute, because we're not sure if we're going to win the game if we just main him down. Maining him down would be really risky in this situation. And so we're just going to take shots at his eco, and you can see that the Arbiter comes raging in, and Elysium's going to bounce out, and I'm going to continue to just sit here and hit. So it's at this point where Yellow finally got Goss. Praxithea mentioned something about it, and he told me that I should probably be shielding at this point, because he thinks that that's the only way that GC is going to have a chance to beat us, is if they hit my base if I'm not shielded. So at first I was a little bit stubborn and I didn't want to, but I ended up queuing up a shield. And I'm really going to change my mind about this shield, and I'm going to go straight for the eco and to tech my Chieftain. And I'm actually teching turrets right now, but I'm going to plan on teching my Chieftain after the turrets, but I actually don't get around to it this game. So anyways, at this point, Elysium's off hitting the Arbiter's base, and you're going to see that the base is gone, and I'm going to continue to stay on Velocity. And Praxithea comes rage running in. There's nothing that they can really do to save this base. If the Hogs come in, we have an Arbiter right there. So Velocity's just going to resign, and that's pretty much the game in a nutshell. So I hope you guys liked the commentary here. I actually commentated it. I guess I did find something to talk about after all. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and have a great day.
I think that his velocity, I think he's better than his team by quite a lot.
Local units.
Boosters at my